Alright, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but there is a chance that we are throwing these things on right now. Pulling up where the homie works at Discount Tire, and he said they're a little bit strict on certain things, and the tire size on my rears might be a little too small to what they like prefer and what they're allowed to do. So we finna go ahead and see what's going on. And also looks like one of the employees has a G. Okay, all right. Also, I don't see bro's whip, but also what the, all right, I better go around. First one on, low-key crazy. Rear one's on. Yo, white's kind of crazy. I've never done white wheels, y'all. And y'all know I don't mess with white wheels, so eventually I'll probably paint them. But we've been a rock with them for a little bit. We're gonna rock with it. Definitely is gonna have a lot better fitment, because with those are on, I felt like I could almost, the fitment was almost basically that with those on. So it should look better, because when I got this, it originally had 19s on it, and it looked decent. Yeah, a lot better now. Front looks a lot better.
Yeah, the white and red looks good. I like it.
Y'all, it's crazy. I feel so much taller. I feel as if I'm lifted now, which is crazy. But also, yo, shout out to them. I ended up getting hub-centric rings, and I thought they were saying it was $4 to $6 for all of them, or for each, or a piece. I can't speak, but no, it was for all of them. So bro said $663, and I thought he was saying $663, and then I thought he was saying $63, and in my mind I'm thinking, bro, what? And I'm like, hold on, bro, my bad, how much? And yeah, and it was funny too, because he was like, Carter Cash. Oh my gosh, look at that M3. That thing's hard. Hold on. Let's get a good look. Oh my gosh. M3s, especially these are the E92s, I think. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong, flame me in the comments. But these, yo, so clean. Whoever whip this is, good stuff, good taste. Alright, so I gotta grab a few things, trying to hopefully get some stuff over here because I need some ice and stuff to keep some stuff cold. But y'all, it's a little bit higher, which is nice because I don't love being super low, but the fitment looks a lot better. So it just looks better, even though it's higher, if that makes sense. But actual fitment that I like, 19s in the front, or 9, what the heck, 19s all around, but 9.5 in the front, 10.5 in the rear. I'll show y'all. Also, look at that. This one does also need a center cap, but I think I'm gonna end up moving that one in the rear up there. Also, you can see the orange peeking out, which is the hub-centric. It's a plastic one. They didn't have any metal ones, and honestly, I just felt like I should just run them just to be safe anyway. But y'all, wait until the wheels aren't white. I don't know. I feel like a lot of y'all are gonna like the white. I also wasn't afraid to do white because of the bash bar, so I like that there's accent parts. But now the bash bar looks so dirty because these are so much brighter, and there is some rash and stuff and some wear. They're not brand new or anything, but I do need to try and fix this eventually. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it yet, because if I do change the color, obviously it'll be different. But side profile, this one has a little bit more stretch than the fronts do. The fronts are okay stretch wise, but the rears I'm not a huge fan of, but again, they came with them anyway. I like your M3. It's clean. So yeah, just had to show y'all. I'll give y'all, it's super nice too because there's actual tires now, because the con size I think were 215s or 225s. So it feels nice to actually have some rubber. All right, y'all, as you can see, I'm pretty hyped because yesterday got the wheels and then today got them thrown on. I was gonna throw them on the homie Jabin tomorrow, but I was listening to this podcast and it was basically saying, you know, buy your time back. So if you're able to do something that's gonna be faster, don't waste your time. And today I'm super busy. I literally have work tonight. I have other things I need to do. I have an appointment. I think someone's coming over to shop before I go to work, stuff like that. But right now I'm heading to wraplab.kc. I'm super hyped. They've done a lot of work on my Genesis Coupes. They wrapped Genefifi brown. They did the hood. Well, they did a stage 1 paint correction on this. They wrapped the hood. I had a carbon fiber trunk that they wrapped the top of, and they did the eyelids on this car. So I randomly just found this extra black wrap that I had from when Genefifi was gray. I had some guys wrap the middle part of the diffuser black, and they just had leftover wrap. So I'm gonna have Wrap Labs is gonna do a buff on the rear bumper where I got scraped up, and then obviously there's still some marks that's still gonna be shown, but it'll look a little bit better. So trying to fix that on my own with their help, and then also with this wrap, it's literally almost the exact perfect amount for the front bumper grill. You know, the front grill on the front bumper it's that plastic part in the middle that I always complain about looking really it doesn't look very high quality because of this car is tripping. I don't know what this car is doing. They keep veering to the right. I need to pass them because I don't trust that. But anyway, that middle part, just for some reason, I don't know why they didn't paint match it. I see a lot of people who paint match them that looks really good when they're different colors. And I think, you know, it just looks cheap. And then it gets faded sometimes, and then obviously it gets worn, and mine has bugs on it all the time. So yeah, I still need to do that, and then I also still need to put the rest of my stickers on the livery. So little small things like that'll eventually start happening, but I can't do it right now because of the weather and the time. I don't have time right now, so soon. But also I got the old Kansais here in the back, and they fit so much better because they're 18s and they're so much smaller. Literally the tire sizes and everything. But yeah, see, look at that. I like it. I can actually see the wheels and tires in the rear poking. That's that Landlocked Fitment, y'all. Yeah. Also, I don't know what up with Siri, but it keeps sending me out here in these middle of nowhere roads. I mean, we literally in the country, and thank goodness there's no gravel, or else I would have turned around because I just put these things on and they're white. But so far so good. I don't know why I'm in the back roads, but if y'all have never seen a cow, there's some cattle. Moo. Yup. That's the Midwest for you.